data. Let's go across to the management of Blue Star. Satish Jamdar, who's the managing director of the company, joins us on the show right now. A disappointing quarter with sales going down by about 10%, even profitability seeing some pressure. You're, of course, reporting a loss of about 45 crores versus a PAT of about 57 crores. Mr. Jamdar, how do you foresee the coming year? Do you expect the situation to change in terms of top line and bottom line performance?
Tanvi, good morning. Nice talking to you again. Nothing is different for what happened last quarter, Tanvi. I think we mentioned to you that quarter 2 was bad, quarter 3 wasn't good, and I told you that I think it'll be still at least one quarter. And well, all I can say is this year's over. The worst is over. It was a tough year for us, but and I think we explained all the reasons. I may not be necessary to repeat, except that we had to do some correction on large old projects, and that's all over. We already have signaled a return to profit. How much will also depend on how the external environment is. Unfortunately, the last 2 months is not showing great excitement out there, especially in the last few days. Some things happening again which none of us expected to be so bad. But anyway, it's a level playing field for everyone. We're ready with our plans, plan A, plan B as required. So now we need to be flexible for this volatile changes. So I see this year back into profits. A lot of work we did in the last 8-10 months to correct the situation has been done. And while we had to take the hit, I think we are now better placed. We have adjusted all the difficult projects that we had. So I think we are on a better wicket now. The summer hasn't kicked in as well for our,
No, Mr. Jamdar, so, we're running short of time slightly, but let's leave the year gone by behind. You did mention that for the new year, you believe that you'll come back into the black. Is this something that starts as early as the second quarter? I'm not even taking the first quarter into account because you did mention that it's not the best quarter. Is this something that starts as early as the second quarter, or you would probably see that coming in the second half of the new fiscal?
Yeah, Neeraj, good morning. No, I'm hoping, internally we are planning from quarter 1 itself, because this is not a bad quarter for at least our products business, because it's summertime. The room AC, the refrigerant products normally do well at this time. I was only mentioning that it's not been as exciting as it was normally, because I think the summer kicked in late. The dollar impact and the high costs have, I think, affected the business sentiment. The industry is looking perhaps at a degrowth right now, but that's relative, as I said. I'm hoping we should be back into profits from quarter 1 onwards. Now, how much and how well it will pan out will depend on how we handle the external situation, which is not looking very, very good right now. But I'm confident that we have. The worst is behind us. Yeah.
Sure. Mr. Jamdar, what are you doing on the interest cost front, on the debt front? Because that would also ease the pressure from, the profit, from the losses that you're making.
That's right. Yeah. So you're right. 2 parts to this interest cost. One was our borrowings. I think I mentioned to you we had gone little beyond our comfort level in the middle of the year. I told you we are taking steps to cut it down dramatically, and we actually did better than our plan. We went down below the starting borrowing, in April when we began the year. What we ended was even below. It was below 350 crores. My target, which I had mentioned, was 400, coming down for about 600, which had peaked around September. So one is we reduced our borrowings dramatically, which, by the way, showed that the company was still healthy, though, in spite of the losses. Secondly, of course, the interest rate is down 0.5%, which was certainly will make an impact. I think there was expectation that interest rates may go down further. I'm not sure right now whether with inflation re-emerging whether this is going to happen. But then, as I tell everyone, this is how the world has to look at it. We got to manage within those parameters. So I think at least the borrowing will stay down. We in fact want to reduce borrowing further by end of this year by another 100 crores at least. So our debt equity ratio is back to normal, below 0.5 or around 0.5, which is what we wanted.
The first
That's certainly a good sign for us.
Yes, it's the first time, Mr. Jamdar, in the last 3 quarters that I'm hearing you speaking very optimistically about the future. And we hope that it shows in the numbers as well. We'll talk to you, of course, post your Q1 numbers, but out of time completely on this show. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining us. That's Blue Star, optimistic about how Q1 of the next year and FY30.